it's Emily with Country Jam. I'm here with the LoCash Cowboys.
Hey.
What's your name?
I'm Preston. We're partying
Wake
on
up.
the bus.
What's your name?
I'm Chris.
We got to do an interview.
Oh,
Can I ask you a question now?
depends. What question is this?
I want to know what the best part of touring is.
Well, I'm not sure what that would be, but I could think of a couple things.
Like, say it.
It's fun.
It's fun. Touring is fun. Number two?
Two is being with our buddies.
All right.
Three.
Say buddies or bodies?
Buddies.
Sound like bodies. I want to clarify.
Buddies. We're with our buddies.
Buddies.
I have very touch with my body. No, we're with our buddies. We're having it's like a frat house on this thing, man.
Frat
I mean,
house
it's
on
like-
wheels.
And
It's crazy.
The coolest thing out of
Number three?
all is seeing different people and showing our music and giving our music to all the people out in the crowd and making them happy and smile and appreciate what we do. And it is so much fun.
And we get to see all over the country.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We wake up every morning in a new city, new town, and we go get Starbucks or whatever, and then we kind of explore. And are you drinking on the
What are
interview?
you
What are
doing?
you doing? Don't.
How dare you?
Who did you send to do this interview?
Oh my goodness.
I'm talking on the interview. I look over and she's holding a bottle.
Interns, what are you gonna do?
Interns. Wow. Give her a raise. Anyway, and I think one of the cool things about touring is now that we have a top 40 single, people are actually learning our song out on the road, and then we pull into cities that we've never performed before. We hit the stage, and the next thing you know, the audience is singing our song. That's really cool.
That's a really cool feeling.
That's one of my new favorite things.
So what's your next question, Emily?
I want to know what's not so great about touring. What's kind of challenging about it?
Well,
Well,
it's pretty challenging.
the worst thing about touring is, I would say, just being like a lot of dirty laundry and
Having
you
to
know,
turn your underwear inside out.
you live out of a bag,
Yeah.
you know, and when everything in the bag is used up, then you reuse
You know,
it.
we really can't complain, man. I mean, we love what we do. I mean, the hardest thing for me is my family and stuff, and you know, being away from my kid. But you know, they have a very understanding family, and my kid's only 8 months old, so he doesn't understand, which is good. But you know, you got to put meat and potatoes on the table, and I love what I do. Sometimes they come out with me, but that's probably the hardest, being away from our families, our mamas and dads, and.
I don't really have anybody back home, so I'm just kind of out on the road, enjoying it.
Alright.
So,
You can hold on to this.
all right, I'll hold on to all of
There you
it.
go. No,
If
I mean,
you guys at home would like a drink, just log on to, is it countryjamusa.com?
Countryjam.com.
Countryjam.com, and we will pour you a drink so you can party with the LoCash Cowboys on countryjam.com.
You better be on it already.
Log
You'll be
on.
watching it
Let's
right
go.
now with us.
Okay, next question. Go ahead.
You guys have crazy fans.
No.
Yeah, you do.
You
They're
think so?
crazy for the LoCash Cowboys.
That's a very, I mean,
That's because we're crazy for them.
crazy is normal for us.
So
And so they gotta be,
I want to
crazy,
hear a
crazy.
crazy story. Somebody said somebody
We
what
cannot
somebody
tell those stories.
man,
There's some
doesn't have to
serious
be
crazy as in
especially in
like,
Wisconsin, that's all I'm gonna say.
crazy as in like what? Like,
Yeah, like what kind of crazy? Like,
Has somebody held up a sign that's just been completely inappropriate?
oh well,
Has
yeah.
somebody?
I would say one
I've
day.
seen
out their
I've seen
clothes and
sleep
thrown
with me
at you.
Preston signs.
Oh, that must make you feel pretty good.
I've seen
I like those signs.
hey, the other guy is cool. That was me.
I like the Sleep With Me Preston signs. Those are kind of interesting, especially when they're in Spanish and I have
Yeah.
to figure out what they're saying.
Especially when they're 85.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Speaking of a little older
You
women,
might not want to
One
say this,
time
man,
we
because
were-
she might be watching, and you might.
I don't think so. This is one of the wild and crazy stories from on the road. We were doing a show in Arkansas at the Arkansas State Fair, to be exact, and this is a few years ago. But we were on stage, and I was just joking around. And I looked down on the front row, and there was these there's these 3 lovely ladies out enjoying the evening right on the front row. And they were a little older, you know. And they just got their hair did. They had the perms in and everything. And one of them might still have the rollers in, if I remember right.
Man,
Anyway,
I want to bite the rollers out.
I said, hey, Chris, look down there. Our girlfriend showed up to the show. And Chris, you know, he's playing along with it because we're kind of like the Rat Pack days where we just kind of have this banter on stage.
Who are those guys?
Chris says, well, yeah, it's our girlfriends, Preston. And he says, how long has it been since you've seen your girlfriend? I said, oh, man, it's been a while, but it sure is good to see you, baby. You know, I'm just flirting with her, and she's waving back, and we're like, oh, she's playing
It's
along.
actually a really sad story that we're turning funny right now.
But the next thing you know, after the show, she comes up, and she waits in line in the autograph line. I'm like, here they come, the fun girls, you know. And they come up, I'm like, come here, baby, give me a hug, you know. And I was like, thanks a lot for playing along, you know. I'm giving her a hug, and she's like, I knew you'd come back someday. And I was like, here I am. You know, now I'm playing along. I'm like, look at this girl. She's taking the storyline to a whole other level.
After he kissed her. But,
you know? And she says, no, I knew someday you'd come back for me, just like you promised. And I was like, and then it got real serious. And I kind of looked at Chris, and Chris is like, security? He needs security over here. And we could not get this lady to
something
leave.
actually clicked in her head where she
right.
thought that Preston was really her boyfriend.
I felt bad. I felt so bad at that point. So we had to have.
I was laughing my butt off. I'm sorry.
I
I
mean-
know it's horrible, but I could not stop laughing.
Yeah,
He deserved everything that he was getting.
And she was like, I knew that day you drove away in that truck.